Session of the 8th City Council is now called to order. May I request everybody to please rise for the opening prayer to be led by Honorable Raul Antopuesto, to be followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, Provincial Hymn, and the City Hymn.
Please bow our head. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father in heaven, we gather before you today, asking for your guidance and blessing. As we commence this regular session, we humbly submit ourselves as your Son and seeking your wisdom as your servant and a servant with the people of Mati. May our deliberation be fruitful for the good of our people. We ask this, O Lord, through your name. Amen.
Bayang magiliw, pelas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiin. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati't pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Kawilihan ng tanan, umahal na Davao Oriental, langit mo mapaway. Yang kabutayan, yang kapatagan, mayaman ay magandahay. Mas tihain pa kami kumanto, kami mo uli anikan mo. Namin na
to my colleagues of the 8th City Council, to our SP Secretary, SP staffs, our friends from media, and everyone present, and most especially to our guests from the Defense Acquisition System Assessment Team of the Philippine Air Force, headed by its chairperson, Colonel Jeric A. Dolente, and company. Sir, welcome to our regular session. Mayong hapon ka natong tanan.
Nga po,
Mr. Secretary, what is the next item in the order of business?
roll call, Mr. Chair.
Please proceed with the roll call.
Honorable Edmundo Pang Jr.,
Present.
Acting City Vice Mayor. Honorable Rogelio Pabio. Honorable Sena Princess Campos. Honorable Tara Marie Rabat Gaita. Honorable Jose Paulo Luis Rabat. Honorable Raul Antopuesto. Honorable Jerome Deng Hirang on leave. Honorable Francisco Bardon Jr. Honorable Sandra Paul Alcantara. Honorable Edgar Valera. Honorable Daniel Macaubos. Honorable Felicito Masagnay. Honorable Tomas Sevilleno. Honorable Lorenzo Leon Girabat on leave. Quorum, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. Secretary. What is the pleasure of the members of this august body with regard to selecting our temporary presiding officer? Honorable Pabio, you're recognized.
Good afternoon to all inside the session hall. Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for, I nominate Honorable Tara Rabat Gaita to become our temporary presiding officer on this 6th regular session. I do so move.
Thank you so much, Honorable Pabio. There is a motion to nominate Honorable Tara Marie Rabat Gaita as our temporary presiding officer for today's regular session, duly seconded by Honorable Alcantara and all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. A few minutes recess is declared.
What's the next item, Mr. Secretary?
Reading and consideration of the previous minutes of the regular session dated August 5, 2025, Madam Chair.
Is there any corrections or discussions pertaining to the previous minutes? If none, Honorable Campos is hereby recognized.
Madam Chair, if there are no objections for the previous minutes from the 5th regular session of the 8th City Council, for records purposes, the minutes are a total of 59 pages, and the last line being in the page 58, number 16, followed by an unnumbered sentence for the prayer. If there are no objections, I move for the adoption of the minutes from the 5th regular session, Madam Chair. I do so move.
Thank you, Honorable Campos. So there's a motion for the adoption of the previous minutes dated August 5, 2025, during this 8th City Council's 5th regular session. If there are no changes or amendments to the motion, do anybody second the motion of Honorable Campos, seconded by Honorable Alcantara? Hearing no objections, the motion is hereby ordered. Next item, Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary.
For question hour, our city administrator requested to give time for our guest today, Colonel Jeric Dolente from Philippine Air Force, for a very important and urgent matters to be discussed, Madam Chair.
Noted on that, Mr. Secretary. So Before we welcome our guests for this afternoon's regular session, may we request our SP Secretary to read first the communication.
Philippine Air Force Air Defense Command, July 14, 2025, Honorable Joel Z. Almario, City Mayor, City Hall Complex, Lazarillo Street, Central, Mati City, Davao Oriental. Dear Honorable Almario, I hope this letter finds you well. The Defense Acquisition System Assessment Team for the additional air defense surveillance radar systems with radar basing support systems, RAH-3, acquisition project is currently conducting site validation and assessment of possible alternative sites for the establishment of radar facility in Mati, Davao Oriental. The radar facility under the Philippine Air Force will house a new air surveillance radar systems as part of the AFP modernization program. The radar, once established, will be able to monitor air situation in the southeastern part of the country, including Davao Gulf. In this regard, we respectfully request for a courtesy call with you on August 5 and now scheduled on August 12, 2025 for us to present the scope of the project, including the rationale for selecting a site within your jurisdiction and to discuss the activities we intend to carry out during the visit. Furthermore, we respectfully request your assistance in securing copies of the following requirements from Senro Mati in support of our application for a presidential proclamation of the identified site located in Barangay Langka, Mati City, Davao Oriental. A. Comprehensive land use plan and cadastral map of the said proposed location. Tax declaration of identified site, sketch map, plan of Barangay Langka, and D. Barangay and Sangguniang Panlungsod resolution stating no objection on the development of the proposed location as a Philippine Air Force radar station. We have attached the proposed site location map at Barangay Langka, Mati City, Davao Oriental for your reference. We will be greatly appreciate if the barangay captain or any representative of Barangay Langka will be with us during the courtesy call for a better coordination. Please contact First Lieutenant Christian D. Lakbay, Philippine Air Force. Should you require additional information, Lieutenant Lakbay and our team are most glad to answer your queries. We are hoping for a favorable response on this request. Thank you, and we are looking forward presenting our project for your appreciation. Very truly yours, Colonel Jeric Dolente, Philippine Air Force, GSC Chairperson. Our guest is now in the session hall, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. So before we welcome our guests to the session floor, may I request first Honorable Campos for the suspension of the House rules.
Madam Chair, to properly welcome and facilitate our guests from the Philippine Air Force and their presentation and their request of Colonel Jeric, I move for the suspension of House rules, Madam Chair. I do so move.
So there's a motion by Honorable Campos for the suspension of the House rules, seconded by Honorable Alcantara. Hearing no objection, House rules is now suspended. So may we welcome to the session floor our guest, Colonel Jeric A. Dolente of the Philippine Air Force.
Madam Chair and the members of this august body, good afternoon. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you for giving us the opportunity to present this project. Apparently, every Tuesday lang pala. So, we're quite lucky to be sponsored by Honorable Alcantara. Before we continue, or before we start, I would like to remind everybody that this presentation is for your eyes only. In the interest of national security, I'd like to request everyone to not take pictures on the presentation. Next slide. And
Honorable Campos, yes.
Madam Chair, for a while, I would like to respectfully request our live stream to not feature the presentation from the Philippine Air Force, Madam Chair.
Thank you for that note, Honorable Campos. Actually, we have already coordinated with Sir Stephen to pause during the discussion of our guests, the live streaming. So you may now proceed, sir.
Very much appreciated, Madam Chair. Next slide, please. This will be the scope of my presentation. And before I go further, I'd like to...
So we are still under suspended House rules. May I request Honorable Campos for the lifting?
Madam Chair, I move for the House rules to be reinstated. Madam Chair, I do so move.
Thank you, Honorable Campos. So there's a motion for the lifting of the suspended House rules. Any member to second her motion? Seconded by Honorable Pang. Hearing no objections, suspended House rules are now lifted. What is the next item, Mr. Secretary?
Privilege or other reports, observations.
We are now under privilege R. Any member would like to make his or her manifestation, would like to recognize Honorable, from the good gentleman, Honorable Roger Pabio.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Good afternoon to all. Under order of business for session today, proposed resolution letter A, stated on your copy, I would like to request my colleague to be tackled during an assigned business, suspended House rules, and under committee as whole for discussion and possible approval, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Thank you for that manifestation, Honorable Pabio. So there is a request by Honorable Pabio for proposed resolution A to be tackled under unassigned business under suspended House rules. Please take note, Mr. Secretary.
Properly noted, Madam Chair.
Any more manifestation coming from the body? Honorable Pang, you are now recognized, followed by Honorable Alcantara.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon to all again. This representation would like to ask permission from this august body that communication number 25, 2025 be tackled under unassigned business without suspending the House rules for discussion and approval. Madam Chair, considering that the said request is urgent. Also, I would like to ask permission from my colleagues for the following measure that needs legislative action. Communication number 22, series of 2025, regarding the pre-reviewed SK annual budget of calendar year 2025 of Barangay Don Enrique Lopez and Barangay Sanghay to be discussed under unassigned business suspended House rules, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Pang. So there is a request by Honorable Pang. Please take note, Mr. Secretary.
Properly noted, Mr. Chair.
Any member, Honorable Alcantara, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon to everyone and to all of the media practitioner na nandito ngayon, and to all the SP support staff. Once again, good afternoon. Madam Chair, I have, in this relation, I would like to manifest that the resolution letter B in today's order of business, this representation would like to manifest that the resolution B will be tackled under unassigned business on suspended House rules, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Alcantara. So there is a request by Honorable Alcantara for the discussion of proposed resolution B under unassigned business under suspended House rules. Please take note, Mr. Secretary.
Properly noted, Madam Chair.
Any more members who would like to use this privilege R for their manifestations? I would like to acknowledge Honorable Campos, followed by Honorable Sebelino.
Madam Chair, I have here 5 proposed resolution. If there are no objections from this august body, I would like to request that these 5 resolutions be included in the order of business and that these 5 resolutions shall be tackled under unassigned business suspended House rules, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Campos. So there is a request by Honorable Campos for the inclusion of 5 proposed resolutions. I believe everybody has a copy of these proposed resolutions to be included in our order of business. If there are no objections, please take note, Mr. Secretary. And these proposed resolutions be tackled under unassigned business under suspended House rules.
Properly noted, Madam Chair.
Any Honorable Sebelino, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and once again, maayong hapon sa tanan, especially to my colleagues in this sanggunian. So I would like to use my privilege hour, Madam Chair, for just a simple and a short greetings, as today is the International Youth Day. But before I give my small greetings to the International Youth Day, I would like to offer the information to everybody about the International Youth Day, why, where, and when this International Youth Day started, and why it falls under the month of August 12 every year. And the idea for International Youth Day was first proposed by the young participants at the World Youth Forum of the United Nations System in 1999. And in 1998, the World Conference of Ministers responsible for youth formally recommended that August 12 is designated as International Youth Day. This recommendation was endorsed by the UN General Assembly in 1999, and first, the International Youth Day was celebrated on August 12, 2000. And also, the Sangguniang Kabataan celebrate our Linggo ng Kabataan falls under the month of August, as it is in line with our mandate by the Republic Act number 10742 or the SK Reform Act of 2015. Again, on behalf of the Sangguniang Kabataan Federation, it is my honor to extend warmest greetings to all of you on this special occasion of International Youth Day. Today, we come together to celebrate not just our youth, but our power to drive meaningful change, as the international theme of this International Youth Day, to the local actions for the Sustainable Development Goals and beyond, is a powerful reminder that global progress starts with us in every own communities. The Sustainable Development Goals can seem like big, distant targets, but we as the SK, or as we, the youth representative and officials, know that they are not. Our daily work, from cleanup drives and health programs to youth leadership training, is a direct contribution to these goals. We are once translating these global aspirations into local realities. So on this day, let's celebrate our local champions. Let's be proud of every small actions we take that makes a big difference. And let's be inspired to continue our work, knowing that we can do today will build a better and more sustainable future for our everyone, especially for our youth. Thank you and happy International Youth Day. Mabuhay ang kabataang Pilipino at lagit-lagi para sa kabataan. Thank you.
Thank you for that very meaningful message and statement for our fellow youth sa tanang kabataan nato diri sa siyudad sa Mati. Again, happy International Youth Day. So we're still under privileged hour. Does any member would still like to manifest anything on the floor? Honorable Campos, you are now recognized.
Madam Chair, if there are no objections due to the time constraint and the amount of requests that we have pending, if it's okay for everyone, I would like to request our Sangguniang Secretary to just read the titles and the referrals, Madam Chair, not the entire text.
Thank you, Honorable Campos, for the suggestions. If anybody does not object to the suggestion of Honorable Campos, may I request our Secretary to please summarize the reading of our communications.
Properly noted, Madam Chair.
What is the next item, Mr. Secretary?
Reading and proposal of proposed measures or communications. For proposed city ordinance, letter A, proponent Honorable Jose Paulo Luis Rabat with his co-proponent Honorable Tomas Sibiliano. Draft City Ordinance number 643, Series of 2025, an ordinance providing benefits and incentives for athletes, coaches, and persons with disability, athletes who have represented or brought honor and prestige to the City of Mati in any international, national, or regional competitions, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes referred to the proponents. Proposed resolution number 644, Series 2025, an ordinance requesting all beach resort owners within the territorial jurisdiction of the City of Mati, regardless of location, to provide a road right-of-way for our fisher folks and shell collectors to pass through their titled property for economic activity. Proponent, Honorable Edgar Valera, referred to the proponent. For proposed resolution E by the Honorable Fabio, this will be discussed under unassigned business, suspended House rules, pertaining to his measure, enjoining the city officials and employees barangay at Sangguniang Kabataan officials, barangay staff, purok officials, and all functionaries, all residents of the 26 barangays, private sectors, government and non-government organizations, civil society organizations, youth and student organizations, public and private establishments, including public and private elementary and secondary schools of the city of Mati, to conduct Operation Linis every last Friday of the month at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This will be discussed under unassigned business suspended House rules. Proposed resolution B by the Honorable Alcantara. This will be discussed under unassigned business suspended House rules. A resolution urging the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines in GCP to fast-track the construction of 138 kilowatt transmission lines from Mako to Mati to improve power quality and reliability and support economic development in the province of Davao Oriental. Proponent, Honorable Alcantara. We have an additional 5 proposed resolutions. Letter C, authored by Honorable Campos. A resolution earnestly requesting the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, TESDA, to provide livelihood and training and skills development programs for identified children and at risk as part of the community-based intervention initiative under the Upland Kahayag program, referred to the proponent and to be discussed under assigned business. Proposed resolution D, a resolution expressing the support of Honorable Sita Princess D. Campos and entering into partnership with Mati Moms and other stakeholders for the conduct of Hakabna, a breastfeeding awareness activities in celebration of National Breastfeeding Month. Proposed resolution F, a resolution expressing strong sense of the Mati City Local Government Unit to discourage the presence and involvement of minors in illegal drug racing activities in promotion of youth welfare, public safety, and community protection. Proposed resolution G, a resolution enjoining the Sangguniang Kabataan to actively participate and be tapped as partners in the implementation of sports-based interventions under the Upland Kahayag program of children at risk and other vulnerable youth. And proposed resolution H, authored by Honorable Campos, a resolution sincerely requesting the City of Mati Police Station Office through Police Lieutenant Colonel Frederick C. Sao to provide women arresting officers who will cater to female minors during law enforcement operations. These proposed 5 measures will be discussed under unassigned business suspended House rules. For communications and messages, this is for the information of all SP members. Communication number 18-2025, Executive Order number 046 of 2025 by the Reorganization and Reconstitution of Local Finance Committee. Communication number 19, this is for the information of the honorable SP members pertaining to Executive Order number 05, reorganizing the Bids and Awards Committee of the City of Mati by updating its membership. Communication number 20, Series 2025, referred to the Chairman Committee on Agrarian Reform, Cooperative and Livelihood, requesting for re-accreditation of the association, the Dawan Libudon Shanghai Danao Drivers Operators Association. Communication number 21, Series 2025. This is for the information of the Honorable SP members, a letter from the Sangguniang Panlalawigan Secretary informing the Honorable SP members that our ordinance had been confirmed entitled an ordinance establishing the City Local Government Unit of Mati Training and Assessment Center and providing funds therefore and for other purposes had been confirmed by Sangguniang Panlalawigan to be in order. Communication number 22, CS 2025, referred to the Chairman Committee on Finance, the Honorable Edmundo Pang Jr. This pertains to the pre-reviewed Sangguniang Kabataan Annual Budget, Calendar Year 2025 of Barangay Don Enrique Lopez and Barangay Shanghai. As manifested by the Honorable Pang, this will be discussed under unassigned business suspended House rules. Communication number 23, CS 2025, referred to the Honorable Antopesto, Chairman Committee on Cooperative and Livelihood, pertaining to the request of Mr. Nerios Fiebre, President of Magricom Tricycle Operators and Drivers Association of Mati, for reaccreditation of their association. Communication number 24-2025 referred to the Chairman Committee on Cooperative and Livelihood, the Honorable Antopesto, pertaining to the letter of Mr. Romeo Sabino, President King Multipurpose Cooperative, requesting for accreditation of their association. And last communication, Madam Chair, an urgent letter from our local Chief Executive, Honorable Joel Maizi Almario, City Mayor, requesting the Sangguniang Panglusod members for a passage of a resolution authorizing the designation of new set of signatories for pertinent documents related to the bank accounts of the City of Mati. Mr. Alan Andrada, City Administrator, Jim Carey Prudente, Executive Secretary. The above-named city officials shall serve as alternate signatories to the local Chief Executive with an individual transaction limit not exceeding 1,500,000 pesos. Referred to the Honorable Pang, Chairman Committee on Finance, as manifested by the Honorable Pang, this will be discussed under unassigned business without need of suspending the House rules. That's all for communications, Madam Chair. Committee report number 04 by the Chairman Committee on Peace and Order, the Honorable Bardon.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Honorable Bardon, you are now recognized for committee report number 4.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This representation as Chairman of the Committee on Peace, Order and Public Safety, together with the whole composition of this committee, would like to pass and render committee report number 04-2025 for its adoption. I do so move, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Bardon. So there's a motion as presented by Honorable Bardon for the adoption of committee report number 4 filed by the Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety. Any member to second his motion? Seconded by Honorable Alcantara and all members present. Hearing no objections, committee report number 4 is hereby adopted. Next item, Mr. Secretary.
Committee report number 05 by the Honorable Pang.
Honorable Pang, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This representation as the chairman of the Committee on Finance, Budget, and Appropriation, together with its whole composition, would like to render Committee Report number 5, Series of 2025, the Amilyar Solution Request for Payment of RPTA Maintenance and Online Integration Services. The committee conducted a committee hearing on August 6, 2025 here at the Sangguniang Panglungsod Session Hall and has the honor to report it back to the honorable members of the City Council its findings and recommendation. Madam Chair, I now move for the adoption of the committee report number 5, series of 2025. I do so move.
Thank you, Honorable Pang. So there's a motion by Honorable Pang for the adoption of committee report number 5 filed by the Committee on Finance, Budget, and Appropriation, Ways and Means. Do any member second his motion? Seconded by Honorable Alcantara and all members present. Hearing no objection, committee report number 5 is hereby adopted.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
And before we proceed to the next item, first, I would like to acknowledge our friends from the media who are now here present in our regular session. Again, welcome and good afternoon. Next item, Mr. Secretary.
For calendar business, no unfinished business. Business for the day for second reading. Proposed City Ordinance number 638, series of 2025 by the Honorable Bardon.
Honorable Bardon, you now have the floor.
So this is the product of Committee Reports number 04-2025. This representation would like to pass an ordinance number 638, series of 2025, an ordinance strengthening the Barangay Peacekeeping Action Team through mandatory presence in every purok, creating peace and order clusters for all 26 barangays in the city of Mati. assigning cluster peace and order officers, and establishing a federated peace and order president to coordinate with law enforcement agencies, including the PNP, providing funds for the implementation thereof, and for other purposes for second reading. I do so move, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Bardon. So, product of committee report number 4, as presented by Honorable Bardon. Do any member second his motion? Seconded by Honorable Valera and all members present. Hearing nor objection. City Draft Ordinance number 638, Series of 2025 is now approved for its second reading.
For the permission of this august body, Madam Chair, I would like to tackle this ordinance for its third and final reading on this unassigned business under suspended House rules. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Bardon. So there is a request by Honorable Bardon that Draft City Ordinance number 638, Series of 2025 be tackled and discussed under unassigned business under suspended House rules. Please take note, Mr. Secretary.
Properly noted, Madam Chair.
Next item, Mr. Secretary.
For unassigned business, we have one urgent communication from our local chief executive by the Honorable Pang.
So for us to cater the communications under unassigned business, under urgent matters, may I request Honorable Campos for the conversion of this august body.
Madam Chair, I move that this august body be converted into a committee of the whole, Madam Chair. I do so move.
So there's a motion by Honorable Campos for the conversion of this august body into a committee as a whole. Any members to second her motion? Seconded by Honorable Alcantara and all members present. Hearing no objection, we are now converted under committee as a whole. Honorable Pang, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have here communication number 25, series of 2025. This pertains to the urgent letter from our local chief executive, Honorable Joel Mayo Z. Almario, City Mayor, dated August 8, 2025, addressed to the Honorable Sangguniang Panglungsod members through Honorable Lorenzo Leon G. Rabat, City Vice Mayor, requesting for a passage of a resolution authorizing the designation of a new set of signatories for all pertinent documents related to the bank accounts of the City of Mati. Madam Chair, the floor is now open for any question or discussion pertaining to the said communication.
Thank you, Honorable Pang. So the floor is now open for any questions or discussions pertaining to communication number 25, series of 2025. If there are none, please proceed, Honorable Pang.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In behalf of the Committee on Finance, Budget, and Appropriation, I now move for the adoption of the committee as a whole recommendation for communication number 25, series of 2025. I do so move, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Pang. So there's a request. So there's a motion by Honorable Pang for the adoption of the said communication. Any members to second his motion? Seconded by Honorable Campos and all members present. Hearing no objections, the motion is hereby carried. Next item, Mr. Secretary.
Subject for suspension of House rules, Madam Chair, the manifestations of Honorable Fabio, Honorable Pang, Honorable Alcantara, Honorable Campos for the possible approval of their measures.
So before we proceed with the unassigned business, first we have to tackle the resolution to be passed by Honorable Pang. May I request Honorable Campos for the conversion of this committee back to plenary.
Madam Chair, I move that this august body be converted back into plenary, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Campos. So there's a motion by Honorable Campos for the conversion of this committee back to plenary. Any members to second her motion? Seconded by Honorable Fabio and all members present. Hearing no objections, we are now converted into plenary. Honorable Pang, you may now take the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I now move for a passage of a resolution authorizing the designation of an additional new set of signatories in all pertinent documents relative to the bank accounts of the city government of Mati. I do so move, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Pang. So there's a motion as presented by Honorable Pang for a passage of the resolution as he just stated. Do any members second his motion? Seconded by Honorable Pabio and all members present. Hearing no objection, resolution is hereby approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Next item, Mr. Secretary. So in order for us to cater the under unassigned business, which are not urgent in nature, may I request Honorable Campos for the conversion of this committee as a whole and for the suspension of the House rules.
Madam Chair, to cater the not urgent request, I would like to request for the conversion of this august body into Committee of the Whole and for the suspension of the House rules, Madam Chair. I do so move.
Thank you, Honorable Campos. So there's a motion by Honorable Campos for the conversion of this august body to a committee as a whole, and at the same time, for the suspension of the House rules. Do any member second her motion? Seconded by Honorable Pabio and all members present. Hearing no objection, we are now under committee as a whole, and our House rules are now suspended. Honorable Pabio, you are now recognized.
Proposed resolution. A resolution earnestly enjoining city official and employees, barangay and sangguniang kabataan officials, barangay staff, purok official, and all functionaries, all residents of the 26 barangays, private sectors, government and non-government organization, civil society organization, youth and student organization, public and private establishment including public and private elementary and secondary schools of the city of Mati to conduct Operation Linis every last Friday of the month at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Open for discussion, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Pabio. So the floor is now open for any questions, discussions pertaining to the proposed resolution as just stated by Honorable Pabio. If there are none, please proceed. There's a question coming from Honorable Macaubos. You may now have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is not an objection. This is not also a question. I just want to know from the proponent, considering the fact that Barangay Central is already exercising a weekly cleanup drive on the day of Friday, what will happen? We had been doing this for a little bit some time.
Honorable Presiding Officer, just continue the practice of each barangay, but during on last Friday of the month at 4 o'clock, we synchronize cleanup drive. Honorable Presiding Officer.
Okay, thank you.
Noted. Thank you for that query, Honorable Macaubos, and thank you for your answer, Honorable Pabio. So if there are no, the floor is now yours, Honorable Antopesto, followed by Honorable Campos.
This is a sort of clarification to the sponsored resolution. This is pertaining that requesting all barangays. Pwede ba dito nga ma-specific kung kada barangay or where's the place nga sila maglimpyo? This is in general
Within the barangays.
Within the barangays.
Any areas within the barangays.
For example, the elementary school, dito sila maglimpyo.
Yes.
So
sila na ang magpili kung asang area, asa sila maglimpyo.
So there's a
within that barangays.
to their designated area.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Honorable Antopesto. So to make everything clear, this is just a resolution earnestly or encouraging as well the synchronized cleanup drive. So as stated by Honorable Pabio, you can do your cleanup drive within your specific barangay or area. Okay. So any more questions? Honorable Campos, you're now recognized.
No questions, Madam Chair. I would just like to commend the Honorable Pabio for having these resolutions and encouraging all barangays and almost all sectors are encompassed in this proposed resolution. Congratulations, Honorable Pabio, because even if wala pang imong resolution, you have encouraged even the presidents of the TODA to have a massive synchronized cleanup drive in Mati City. And together, hand in hand to the call of our mayor for the Sambasura program. And we are very happy kay although makaingon ta nga dili kani ang makasolve sa ato ang problema sa basura diri sa atong syudad, but this is a deterrence pod and a way to instill discipline sa mind sa mga tao. Kay kung naga-contribute ka o naga-apil-apil ka o clean up drive, ikaw mismo magbantay ka kung na kay makita nga manlabay og basura, and with that, discipline comes forward. And other than the cleanliness that we are promoting, it is also a great step forward for our health and safety here in Mati City. So as what Honorable Pabio always says, gusto ko, healthy ka.
Thank you, Honorable Sina Campos, and also Raul Antopisto and Daniel Y. Macaobos.
Thank you for that. There's one question coming from Honorable Bardon to be followed by Honorable Valera.
Okay, good afternoon again, Madam Chair, and thank you. Ako lang ni na ipahibalo, especially sa proponent ani na resolution. Tungod kay ang barangay Mamali, since ako pa ang punong barangay, aduna na gid may programa nga ginahimo every Saturday na amo gitong gi-designate ang nagkalain-lain nga grupo sa akong functionaries. Kada Sabado ang gihimo ginamo dito weekly. Na basin matingala ang ato ang proponent ani na ang barangay Mamali dili maka-execute during every last Friday of the month because every Saturday ang amo ang kuan gyud dito ginahimo ani ang activities o gipadayon gyud ni hangtod karon sa ako ang nagsunod nga punong barangay na dili lang kay every last Friday but every week yun, every Saturday ang amo ang ginahimo gyud dito sa barangay Mamali. That's all, Madam Chair.
Honorable Presiding Officer,
Yes,
is
Honorable
very
Pablo.
clear that the resolution earnestly enjoining. Thank you, Madam
Yes,
Presiding Officer.
noted on that, Honorable Pabio. Honorable Valera, do you still have your question? Again, the resolution is about earnestly enjoining.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. To my good gentleman, Pogi, Honorable Roger Pabio, gusto ko healthy ka. Ako din gusto ko safe ka. So, this resolution, I appreciate, Madam Chair, but maybe I would suggest to the proponent of this resolution to include segregation na while maglimpyo, dapat i-appeal na to sa whereas nga kailangan ma-segregate para therefore medyo ma-adjust ang kadaghanon sa volume sa itong basura nga ilabay dito sa atong sanitary landfill nga wherein na ako nagpuyo. At least masubay na to or kung ma-appeal pa pod unta ang Republic Act 9003 sa Cleaner Act nga basig after sila pod maglinis nagdaob pod sila sa mga along the alley or the road or sa mga school institution. Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Valera. Do you have a response?
Honorable
With that,
Presiding
Honorable Pablo.
Officer, we have already existing a City Ordinance 394 series of 2022, the segregation of garbage.
Yes. So maybe we can
Na siya.
maybe we can intensify the information dissemination pertaining to the city ordinance para atong mga constituent mas makabalo sila sa atong city ordinance. Ug if I remember correctly, naapod na siya yung nakaakibat po ng mga penalties if they do not follow the said city ordinance. Does any member still have a question for our good gentleman? If none, Please proceed, Honorable Papio.
I move for the adoption as committee as a whole recommendation. I do so move.
Thank you, Honorable Pabio. So there's a motion by Honorable Pabio for the adoption of the committee as a whole recommendation for the said proposed resolution. Do any member second his motion, seconded by Honorable Bardon, and all members present? Hearing no objection, proposed resolution A is hereby adopted. Next item, Mr. Secretary. I would like to recognize Honorable Pang for communication 22.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The floor is now open for the discussion of communication number 2022, series of 2025, regarding pre-reviewed Sangguniang Kabataan Annual Budget Calendar Year 2025 of Barangay Don Enrique Lopez and Barangay Sanghay.
Thank you, Honorable Pang. So the floor is now open for any questions, discussions pertaining to communication number 22, series of 2025, discussing the barangay budget, annual budget of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Don Enrique Lopez and Barangay Sanghay. If there are no questions, please proceed, Honorable Pang.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I now move for the adoption of the committee as a whole recommendation as requested in the communication number 2022, series of 2025. I do so move, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Pang. So there's a motion by Honorable Pang for the adoption of the communication as presented, communication number 22, series of 2025, as a committee as a whole recommendation. If there are no objection, anybody to second his motion, seconded by Honorable Alcantara and all members present, communication number 22 is hereby adopted.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Honorable Alcantara, you are now recognized for your proposed resolution.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, the floor is now open for any to tackle the resolution B under the proposed resolution, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Alcantara. So the floor is now open for any questions or discussions pertaining to proposed resolution B. May our good gentleman read the title of the said resolution.
Madam Chair, the title of the draft resolution, letter B, a resolution urging the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, or NGCP, to fast-track the construction of the 138 kilovolt kV transmission lines from Mako to City of Mati to improve power quality and reliability and support economic development in the province of Davao Oriental, Madam Chair.
So does any member, the floor is now open for any questions or discussion pertaining to the said proposed resolution. Honorable Antopeso, you are now recognized.
Good afternoon, Mr. Honorable Alcantara. Your resolution to fast-track the construction of the NGCP, construction of the 130 kilowatt. Can you provide us the plan of this? Mayroon na ba silang na-construct o wala pa? Kung kailan? Kasi we need for the business kung nag-start na ba sila. So mayroon na ba tayong plano dyan sa kanilang construction?
Honorable Alcantara, you may respond.
I did not receive any plan so that we can support this resolution para hindi tayo magbukhang tangat and to question their kailan yun. Ano na bang status? Kasi we make a resolution, hindi natin nakita ang kanilang plano or engineering plan.
Madam Presiding
Yes.
Officer, with the question of my honorable colleague, Madam Presiding Officer, this is just a resolution to request the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines to fast-track the construction, Madam Chair, due to the request of our DORECO also, Madam Chair.
May I butt in? If we remember correctly, during the visit or when we called the attention of the RECO here in our Sanggunian, one of their requests was to create or to pass a Sanggunian resolution urging our NGCP to fast-track their construction of these transmission lines, which they have, I think they have informed us that this is already an ongoing project, but it's still under works. They did not give us the exact timeline of
Yes.
when this project will be done, but they are encouraging or they were asking help for us na kung pwede, ang Sanggunian would connect with NGCP to urge the NGCP to fast-track the construction of the said transmission lines.
That's what I mean, Your Honor. Then I will support your resolution, but what I need is the exact and the accurate plan so that our resolution will be completed and we have the basis. Then for me, I just only a request, Your Honor.
Maybe we can request through Honorable Alcantara that we can letter request our NGCP that make it, if they can provide to us the project or the details of the project. Yes, Honorable Alcantara.
Very well noted, Madam Presiding Officer. I will ask the data to the DORECO and the same time to the NGCP, and I will provide it to my colleague, to Honorable Antopuesto.
And maybe you can, apart from Honorable Antopuesto, you can provide every member
Yes,
of
Mr.
us a copy
Madam-
of
yes,
the said
Madam Chair.
data. Thank you, Honorable Alcantara. So any member still would like to take the floor for any questioning for the good gentleman here for his proposed resolution? If none, please proceed, Honorable Alcantara.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With this, I move for the adoption as the committee as a whole recommendation for the passage of the said, or for the possible passage of this resolution, Madam Chair. I also move, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Alcantara. So there's a motion for the adoption of the committee as a whole recommendation, draft resolution B. Any members to second his motion? Seconded by Honorable Pabio. Hearing no objection, proposed resolution B is hereby adopted.
Thank you, Madam
Thank
Presiding
you,
Officer.
Honorable Alcantara. Next item, Mr. Secretary.
The proposed resolutions by the Honorable Campos.
Honorable Campos, you may now have the floor for your proposed 5 resolution. You can lump sum the discussion of the said resolutions.
Madam Chair, I would like to lump sum those that are related, but I will separate those that are not related if it's okay.
Go ahead.
We have a total of 5 resolutions to be presented, Madam Chair. First is the proposed resolution sincerely requesting the City of Mati Police Station through Colonel Frederick Sao to provide women arresting officers who will cater to female minors or other females during law enforcement operations. What is this about, Madam Chair? This is to ensure the gender-sensitive procedures that we have in our city, Madam Chair. If I can remember correctly, we had a meeting with the CSWDO and other concerned agencies and our friends from the media. I think one is here, Mr. Mario Lamodok was already present that time together with Ma'am Vicky Pareja and Sir Ferdinand Zuasola. They were the ones who suggested to me that, Ma'am, unta, pag mag-aresto ang pulis, dapat na ay babae pod nga policewoman na mo-assist, labi na babae ang gina-arrest. To avoid na naay magreklamo na basin na ay mahitabo nga sexual exploitation or wala, prevention is better than cure para in compliance pod ta with child protection and women's right laws dari sa atong syudad sa Mati. If you can remember, dati na ay nagduol sa usa ka radio station nga nagreklamo nga gidala kuno siya sa mobile o niya na ay nahitabo nga dili daw maayo sa iyaha. Although dili man to siya proven, and again the burden of proof lies in the party who alleges or asserts the claim gihapon. So this is just the prevention kay wala pa man tay official complaint nga nahitabo ni. So the floor is now open, Madam Chair, for any discussions regarding this proposed resolution.
Thank you, Honorable Campos. So the floor is now open for any questions or discussion pertaining to the said resolution as just stated. Honorable Antopuesto, you may now have the floor.
Thank you, the beautiful lady who proposed this resolution pertaining that once na mag-aresto ang usa kinalan na ay women. In the procedure, in the arresting procedures, once the warrant of arrest will be served, makita na dito sa police kung kinsa ba ang ilang aristohon. If the to be arrested is a woman, they will send a woman. But the resolution is very thankful para dili ma-abuse ang atong women. For me, I'm just support for that resolution.
Thank you, Honorable Antopesto, for that statement. Do you have any response?
Thank you so much, Honorable Antopesto. And also, we have to take into consideration na there are not really arrest, but some rescues na para pod sa ato ang mga youth. Although they are not considered as offenders, they are considered as rescued children. Apil pod ni ana ang mga babae, labi na itong naay maka-violate og curfew nga mga underage. So, thank you for that, Madam Chair. And I would like to move to the next proposed resolution. The second is the proposed resolution expressing the support. The one served to you, I would like to serve another one with a different title because it said a resolution expressing the support of Honorable Sina Campos. But since we are a collegial body, I would like to make it into a resolution expressing the support of CTLGU and entering into partnership with Mati Moms and other stakeholders for the conduct of HACAB na event, a breastfeeding awareness activity in celebration of National Breastfeeding Month. So this happens every year sa ato ang Breastfeeding Month. This is the formal support of the CTLGU para sa ato ang mga breastfeeding mothers na magpahitabuan na nga event. As usual, every year, hundreds of moms come, diri nato i-hold sa City Hall, diri sa kaning bag-o nato na building diha sa gilid. And kana siya will be like a synchronized breastfeeding event. So ang 200 ka mga mama, magdala sa ilahang mga baby, maglingkod tanan sa salog and sabay-sabay magpadede sa bata. So this is in promotion to health as well sa ato ang mga babies and their early childhood development. And as a breastfeeding mother myself, I strongly encourage the support of this resolution. So the floor is now open for this resolution, Madam Chair.
So the floor is now open for any discussion or queries pertaining to the proposed resolution as just stated by Honorable Campos. The floor is now yours, Honorable Antopesto.
Thank you, Honorable Campos, as a single person, and you are referring to the single mom. So I'm just curious, and I need an explanation for this. The name is HACAB na.
Yeah.
What do you mean by this?
HACAB na means to latch in English. Latch po ang tawag pag nga si baby and magdede siya sa breast ni mommy. That's why in our Filipino term or Bisaya term, HACAB means na mag-suck or mag-latch si baby sa dede ni mama.
Thank you.
Thank you for that question, Honorable Antopesto. Thank you for shedding a light to that query of Honorable Antopesto, Honorable Campos. So, are there any more member who would like to question or discuss this proposed resolution? If none, you may continue, Honorable Campos.
If there are no more discussions to that resolution, Madam Chair, I would like to present the three resolutions which are closely related to each other. So first, Madam Chair, this is a resolution expressing the strong sense of Mati City Local Government Unit to discourage the presence and involvement of minors in illegal drug racing activities in promotion of youth welfare, public safety, and community protection, Madam Chair. Labi na napagimtay mga nadakpan diadto nga nag-apil-apil sa drug racing nga mga underage pagyud. So with this resolution, Madam Chair, we are also encouraging the PNP na mag-mobile or mag-schedule na kanunay na ay naga-mobile palibot didtuan na mag-checking kung naabay naga-illegal drug racing sa hotspot locations here in Mati. Because here in Mati, identified naman din ang mga hotspot location sa mga drug racing. Kay in order maka-drug race, kailangan patag ang dalan and straight for how many, like 800 meters to 1,000 or 1 kilometer or more. So identified naman na mga areas diri sa Mati kung asa ang lami na lugar mag-drug race. So dito po nato i-encourage si PNP na magbantay kanunay labi na sa ato ang mga minors pod na tuwa dito, they will also be considered as child at risk and a rescue minors pod. Other than that, si PNP pod nato is naga-issue na pod og TOP sa madakpan na naga-drug race di adto. Nga gusto lang po na ako i-report na recently natay nadakpan duha. Although kusog kayo sila kay modified ang mga motor, naa nagyoy nadakpan sa atong police og naisyuhan og TOP. And I hope magpadayon na ni siya na progress when it comes to the discouraging of illegal drug racing activities here in Mati, Madam Chair. And the next, Madam Chair, for the resolution in joining the Sangguniang Kabataan to actively participate and be tapped as partners in the implementation of sports-based interventions under the Oplan Kahayag program for children at risk and other vulnerable youth. So kani siya, Madam Chair, daghan kayo tayong mga nag-volunteer na mga sports enthusiasts to give free trainings para sa ato ang mga youth who are identified that are at risk, katong mga nadakpan nga nagsigig riot, katong mga nadakpan nga involved in juvenile delinquency nga wala po'y criminal liability ha. These rescued childrens will be rescued by the proper agencies, and we will provide them with activities na pangpahungaw sa ilang gibati. Kay mao man pod ang kasagaran na problema, mag-arrest ta og bata or mag-rescue ta og bata, dalaon nato sa isa ka area, maboard sila dito mangambak. So ang isa sa interventions ani sa ato ang Oplan Kahayag is to give them activities na kalingawan nila nga didto mapadulong ang ilahang energy imbes sa pag-riot-riot or unsa pa man dihaa. And the next, Madam Chair, is earnestly requesting the TESDA, Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, to provide livelihood training and skills development programs for identified children at risk as part of the community-based intervention initiative under the Oplan Kahayag program. So kadung mga rescued children, Madam Chair, di man gyud nato malikayan na agiy uban diha ang out-of-school youth. Tungod sa kalisod sa panahon ug sa kalisod sa kinabuhi, nagatabang sila sa ilang mga parents, maski pa tag 19 pa ang edad, 18 pa, or even below. So with TESDA, we will provide them, if given the chance, na mga NC2 and other opportunities na by legal age, geared up and ready na sila to work in the real world, na dili nila feel nga neglected bud sila sa ato ang society, Madam Chair. And with that, Madam Chair, the 3 proposed resolutions, the floor is now open for any discussions regarding these 3 resolutions, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Campos. So the floor is now open for any questions, discussions pertaining to the 3 proposed resolution as just stated by Honorable Campos. If none, you may proceed, Honorable Campos.
Madam Chair, if there are no objections to the 3 latest resolutions that I discussed, I move for the adoption of a committee as a whole recommendations for the 5 resolutions. Madam Chair, I do so move.
Thank you, Honorable Campos. So there's a motion by Honorable Campos for the adoption of the committee as a whole recommendation for the 5 proposed resolution. Do any member second her motion? Seconded by Honorable Pabio and all members present. Hearing no objection, motion is hereby carried. Next item, Mr. Secretary. For us to pass the needed resolutions, may I request Honorable Campos for the conversion of this committee back to plenary.
Madam Chair, I move that this August body be converted back into plenary. Madam Chair, I do so move.
Thank you, Honorable Campos. So there's a motion by Honorable Campos for the conversion of this committee back to plenary. Any members to second her motion? Seconded by Honorable Pabio and all members present. Hearing no objection, we are now converted back to plenary. Honorable Pabio, you are now recognized.
I move for the passage a resolution earnestly enjoining city official and employees, barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan officials, barangay staff, purok officials, and all functionaries, and all residents of 26 barangays, private sector, government and non-government organization, civil society organization, youth and student organization, public and private establishment, including public and private elementary and secondary schools, of the City of Mati to conduct Operation Linis every last Friday of the month at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I do so move, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Pablo. So there's a motion, as Honorable Pablo has stated, for a passage of a resolution, as he just stated. So any members to second his motion, seconded by Honorable Valera, and all members present. Hearing no objection, motion is hereby carried. Honorable Pang, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With your permission, shall I have a lump sum passage of the said resolution?
Go ahead, Honorable Pang.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I now move for the passage of the two resolution. A resolution declaring the annual budget for calendar year 2025 of the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Don Enrique Lopez and Barangay Sanghay, this city to be operative. I do so move, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Pang. So there's a motion by Honorable Pang for a passage of two resolution, as he just stated. Any members to second his motion, seconded by Honorable Bardon and all members present. Hearing no objections, resolution is hereby carried. Honorable Alcantara, you may now have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Madam Presiding Officer, I now move for the passage of a resolution urging the NGCP to fast-track the construction of the 138 kilovolt transmission lines from Mako to Mati City to improve the power quality and reliability and support economic development in the province of Davao Oriental. I do so move, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Alcantara. So there's a motion as presented by Honorable Alcantara for a passage of a resolution that he just stated. Any member to second his motion, seconded by Honorable Valera, and all members present. Hearing no objection, motion is hereby carried.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer.
Honorable Campos, you are now recognized for a passage of 5 resolutions. You may lump sum the passage.
Madam Chair, I move for the passage of 5 resolutions, Madam Chair, that I presented aforementioned a while ago. If there are no objections, Madam Chair, I move for the passage of this resolution.
Thank you, Honorable Campos. So there's a motion by Honorable Campos for the passage of 5 resolutions. As she just stated, any member to second her motion. Seconded by all members present. Hearing no objection, the motion is hereby carried. Honorable Bardon, you are now recognized for the passage of City Ordinance Number 638.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Before I move a passage of this resolution, ordinance, the reasons that I am urging to pass this ordinance for its third and final reading is to fast-track the implementation of said legislative measures. This is timely, passing considering to intensify the presence of BPATs in every porox to help deter the commission of crimes and to help the law enforcement agencies, including the PNP in crime prevention in the local level. With this, Madam Chair, I would like to pass City Ordinance Number 638, Series of 2025, for its third and final reading. I do so move, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Bardon. So there's a motion by Honorable Bardon. As he just stated, do any members second his motion? Do any member second her motion? Seconded by Honorable Masagnay and all members present. Hearing no objection, City Ordinance Number 638, Series of 2025 is hereby approved for its third and final reading. Now, what is the next item, Mr. Secretary? So we are still under suspended House rule. May I request Honorable Campos for the lifting of the suspended House rules.
Madam Chair, I move that the House rules be reinstated. Madam Chair, I do so move.
Thank you, Honorable Campos. So there's a motion by Honorable Campos for the lifting of the suspended House rules. Any member to second her motion? Seconded by all members present. Hearing no objection, House rules are now lifted. What is the next item, Mr. Secretary?
Announcement, other matters.
So we are under announcement and other matters. Any members who would like to manifest or their statements or any announcement? Honorable Alcantara, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I would like to request the presence again of our PDEA Provincial Director to be present or to attend our next regular session dated August 19 at 2 p.m., Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Alcantara. So there is a request by Honorable Alcantara to invite here during our next regular session our PDEA. So if there are no objection, please take note, Mr. Secretary.
Properly noted, Madam Chair.
Honorable Antopesto, you are now recognized.
This is pertaining to the reference to the communication number 20, 23, and 24 for the accreditation of the co-op members. May I request that next session, the members of the applicant for the accreditation, the set of officers will be here in this session hall.
Noted on that request, Honorable Antopesto. May I ask our SP Secretary if should we send them a letter of invitation?
We will do it, Madam Chair.
Okay, noted on that, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Antopesto.
Next.
Yes.
Again, I would like also to inform the members of the Committee on the Good Governance, Public and Ethics and Accountabilities that that being a chairman of the committee, this representation intends to conduct a committee meeting on August 14, 2025 at 2 p.m. here in the session hall to discuss the two administrative cases filed against Barangay Kagawad of Barangay Macamul and Punong Barangay and Barangay Kagawad, Barangay Secretary and Barangay Staff of Barangay Kabuaya. Notice will be served later at your respective office.
Thank you, Honorable Antopesto.
Thank you.
Can you also announce to us who are the members of the said committee?
Yes, the member of the Good Government and Public Ethics Accountabilities, Chairman, yours truly, Raul Antopesto, Vice Chairman, Honorable Sina Francis Campos, Member, Honorable Francisco Bardun Jr., Honorable Tara Marie Rabat Gaita, and Honorable Daniel Y. Macaubos.
Okay, noted. As a suggestion, usually when we discuss legislative measures or communication pertaining to that, we usually do it an en banc session. May anybody can suggest na we can do an en banc session
Diretso
to
in
discuss
en-bank.
the said communication?
Diretso into in-bank, not into the committee meeting.
During the en banc session, all the members of this sanggunian will be invited.
At siguro, Your Honor, mas okay yun.
Mas okay yun.
diretso.
Yes.
Okay. So, may I manifest that the committee and bank meeting will be scheduled on what? 14?
May we have the pleasure of the body as to what would be a perfect date for us to conduct an en banc session to discuss the communication as stated by Honorable Antopesto.
What's the leisure?
Would you want it next week or within the week?
So, Mr.
18.
18.
Are we okay with August 18?
Okay.
18 is Monday. August 18 is Monday in the afternoon.
Okay. So, Your Honor, the pleasure of the group, the schedule will be on August 18.
18.
2 p.m. Monday.
2 p.m. Monday morning or afternoon?
Afternoon.
Maybe we can do it after the flag ceremony, Honorable Antopesto.
Yes.
Monday morning.
Monday, 9 a.m. After flag raising
Yes.
here at Decision Hall.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Antopesto. Honorable Macaubos, you're now recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just would like to inform the August Bati that I will not be present during the next session, considering the fact that I will be attending the Liga Congress Nacional at Manila. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Macaubos. So what is the pleasure of the body? Should we move it on a later date to cater? Until when ba inyong Liga Congress cap? Up to 20. This week, maybe we can have it this week. Thursday, that's Friday morning. Are we amenable with Friday morning? That's August 15? That's August 15, Friday morning.
Okay ba?
Okay.
Because I want this to, because personally, the relatives of the complainant approached me, what's the status of their complaints. So I told them that we will conduct a committee meeting, then after that, the notice to the respondent will be served.
Oh, okay. Noted on that, Honorable Antopesto. So if it's okay with the members of the Sanggunian, maybe we can have that en banc session on Friday, August 15. Would you want it in the morning or in the afternoon? Morning.
9 a.m.
9 a.m. So may I request Honorable Antopesto please furnish a copy of invitation or notice to all of the Sanggunian members.
I submit, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Antopesto. So to reiterate, Honorable Antopesto for the Committee on Good Governance will conduct an en banc committee session on August 15 at 9 a.m. So any more announcement coming from any members? Honorable Campos, you are now recognized.
Madam Chair, I have here a letter from the DILG Regional Director Abdullah Matalam, from Provincial Director Orly Cabaubao, and from our CLGOO, Jeremiah Sacapanyo Jr. So this is regarding, Madam Chair, for all our inquiries regarding the revisions that we wanted for our internal rules of proceedings here in the 8th City Council, Madam Chair. And it is a thick explanation, Madam Chair. That's why I didn't read it during the privilege hour kanina. I will just furnish everyone a copy of the reply of the Regional Director for DILG, and for everyone to know that most of the revisions that mostly suggested to amend was rejected by the DILG Provincial Director, Madam Chair.
Thank you for that information, Honorable Campos. And yes, please, can you copy furnish all the members of the Sanggunian of the reply of the DILG? So any members would still like to make an announcement or any statement? If none, what is the next item, Mr. Secretary?
Adjournment followed by closing prayer by the Honorable Antopesto.
So we are now going to end our regular session. May I request Honorable Antopesto for the adjournment of today's regular session.
Madam Chair, I do move for the adjournment of this session.
Thank you, Honorable Antopesto. So there's a motion by Honorable Antopesto for the adjournment of today's regular session. Any member to second his motion? Seconded by Honorable Bardon. And all members present, hearing no objection, regular session is hereby adjourned.
Let us bow our head for our closing prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for the time we've shared together. Thank you for everything, the insight, the good ideas. As we close this regular session, we ask you for always care and love and protection to all members of this council and all people of Mati. We ask you this, Lord, as our Savior. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.